Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is AJ Smith here, coming to you live. I just wanted to touch bases with you guys because I keep getting tons and tons of questions. Everyone wants to know, hey AJ, man, what do I have to do to get into the trucking industry? I want to start a trucking company. Where do I start? So today we're going to answer those questions and give you the essential tools you need to get started. Stay tuned. Six steps is all it takes for you to get into the business. Number one, business name. In order to get started, you need to choose the business structure of your organization. If you want to be a sole proprietorship, you want to be a partnership, or you want to be a limited liability company, it's your choice, but that's virtually the essence of any business that you want to start. Step number two, getting your numbers. Now, when I say getting your numbers, that is everything that is involved in starting your company, from your EIN number, your USDOT number, as well as your MC number. Those are two separate numbers. And then the third and final getting your number portion of it would be the BOC-3. Now, the only thing is you cannot be the agent for that form. You do need a third party person who's going to do that for you. And essentially what they do is they're in charge of all 50 states or 48 states or wherever you operate. If they are any legal paperwork, they're the ones who get that paperwork on your behalf. They accept that paperwork on your behalf and send it over to you. So they act kind of as legal counsel on your behalf. Step three, the most important thing would be getting a bank account. Obviously, in order to do business, you need a banking account, checking account, savings account, and a credit card account, or some type of way to build credit. Self-explanatory. It's essential because any business transactions that go in and out of the company have to be accounted for. The best way to do that is through a checking account. And for a trucking company, you may want to set up a savings account to transfer funds over there for a rainy day fund, or in case of emergency fund, or maintenance account fund, investment fund to expand the company, buy more trucks, whatever the case may be. But that's kind of the idea behind the savings account. And then again, the credit card account, you definitely want to start establishing credit. And if this is a trucking company, and let's say you have drivers out on the road, you got to start thinking, what are you going to do about fuel? How are they supposed to purchase fuel on the road? How do you trust them to purchase fuel on the road? So that credit card is something that you can monitor. You can set it to allow them to purchase certain things from a truck stop. It's more hands-on, more user-friendly, and it gives you more security over the car. So something to think about there. Again, that's step three: checking, savings, and a credit card account. Step four would be equipment. What are the tools that you will need to get the job done? Let's talk about it. What are they? Again, it's a trucking company. You need a truck, tractor, you need a trailer. Second thing to think about that goes along with equipment would be location. It's a huge truck, so parking is an issue. Storage facility is an issue. Office space is an issue. These are all things that you need to consider when you're starting your company. Last but not least, communication. ELD is a must. It's mandatory. So you need to have electronic logging devices on board of your vehicles. Where are you going to get those devices from? How much are the services for those devices? How do you use those devices? Who's the customer support in the case that the device goes down while you're in the middle of a load? Things to think about, as well as cell phones, GPS, computers, fax machines. You're running a business. You have to be able to stay in communication. You have to be able to send invoices. You have to be able to search for loads. All of these things count, and you must take consideration for those things. Pay close attention. As that's step four, we'll move on to step five. Outside of equipment is employees. Again, who do you need for your operation to work? You're out on the road. You don't have access to an office. So how do you get your next load at B, turn in the paperwork that's needed to get funded from that load, and begin your next venture, your next journey, your next load? Where are you going to get the freight from? Obviously, if it's a trucking company, you're going to need a driver. Will they have a Class A? Will they have a Class B CDL license? Will they have any endorsements? Otherwise, you're limited to what you can do. Who's doing paperwork? What about payroll and invoicing? You may not think about it, but a mechanic, as far as PMs and oil changes, are very important. They're very costly and they come into play. Tires, tire rotation, repair, truck wash, roadside assistance, all of these things that you need to be prepared for in advance and have an idea of what you're going to do to get yourself out of a jam. If the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. You know, what are you doing to be creative to get the business? Are you using the load board? So that's my number 5 tip, was employees that are required. Last but not least, to get started with a trucking company is insurance. You have to have insurance. Mandatory, you have to have cargo and liability. The limits may depend upon your state. I would advise you to check your local state codes, as well as refer to the fmcsa.gov website. That's also your one-stop shop source to getting your authority. Now, those are our 6 tips. Once you do this, you've got a trucking company. It's just a matter of you working the business, making the right decisions. Now, I'm doing a PowerPoint here. We're also Zooming. So on my Zoom slides, there's Alberto. He's a client of mine who started his trucking company. He recently moved to a small town in Texas with the hopes of supporting his family. So he decided to get into the business. He works hard, but he was scared of, being a part of the 5% of America's unemployment, which now, due to COVID-19, it's a lot more than 5% of America is unemployed. So where are you going to get your funds from? What are you doing to prepare yourself should this situation ever happen again in the future? Are you ready? Think about it. Meet Aaron. He recently started his own trucking company through the help of our owner-operator division training. So again, we host classes and different seminars with our Next Level Wealth Academy, where you're able to go through and really get hands-on training on all the tools that you need to be successful in the business. The basic fundamentals, we give you those. Now, time is money in this industry. Once you learn your laws, you will understand how many hours per day your truck can roll. Within that allotted time, that's all the money that you can make for that day. So you definitely want to maximize as much as you can. Then we have another business owner. She's a woman-owned business in the trucking industry. It's very rare. There's not that many of them out there. But she started her business with 2 trucks, 1 trailer, and 2 drivers. She was able to make over $10,000 within the first 30 days of getting started. You have to be creative and think outside of the box in order to be successful, in order to cut costs. So gone are the days of you going to work, punching a 9 to 5, making the man rich. Do those same things. Keep that same work ethic, that drive, that motivation, that reason why you get up every day to go start a business of your own. And the sky's the limit. You can be as creative as you want to be with this. This business is one of the largest in the world. I mean, right here, it's 50 million miles driven per day. 50 million miles. So the freight's out there, the money is out there. It's up to you to make the decision to go out and get it. If you need any other assistance, feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post those in the link below. And that's it for me. It's that simple. I mean, we made it short, sweet, convenient, straight to the point for you. Now all you have to do is get started. Again, 6 steps to to start your own trucking company and take you to the next level. And we'll see you at the top, and we thank you for joining.